Hey guys, welcome back to the Collector's Lounge. Let's talk about Moducases. But before we get started, hey Google, Marvel lights on. Let's take a closer look and let's discuss it and why it might be something you're interested in getting. There's a Moducase Max 140 Plus. Mid shelf, we have the Max 140. Very bottom is the Max 140 Plus. And then over to the right, we got the Max 150 Plus and then the Max 70. So I did recently talk to Brian, and he was telling me that they're getting new equipment to help expedite the process of manufacturing. So right now they're looking at 6 months, but hopefully by June they're looking at a 2 months turnaround time. When you buy it through them directly, you're looking at acrylic side panels. I went with the custom white side panels. As you can see along the side here, I got black panels. So these you can actually invert, so you can flip them pretty much around, so the black will be facing inside and the interior will be completely black. These all come with light bars on them. I didn't do the spotlights just because I don't care for them. What you're seeing is a reflection from my halo light right there, so don't mind that. The reflection is there, it's not bad. um, if you have lights up close to it, it is noticeable, but it's by no means a deal breaker. um, This Max 150 Plus, it does have an additional shelf that I bought for it. I had an additional light bar put in. That way the bottom is lit up as well. So I want to avoid dusting at all costs just because I don't want to deal with any breaks. Having something accidentally fall over just because I bumped into it by accident, I don't want to deal with any of that. So that's an additional plus for Moducases. You don't have to worry about the dust. Now, if you do have kids, expect fingerprints. I do have some fingerprints on there right now. You might not be able to see it that well, but towards the end of this video, I'll tell you how I clean it. Brian from Moducase actually covers that in one of his videos, so I'll highlight that as well as far as maintenance goes. But that's the only maintenance that is required of this. You need to clean it every now and then, just the outside glass if you have kids. Um, these cases do hold together with these little side brackets. So this is holding the top case with the bottom case. Prevents it from shifting or sliding. That's a huge plus because, in case of an earthquake, you don't want your Moducases to be falling over. You can connect these panels together, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to deal with that headache. I'm not worried about it shifting around in that sense. It's pretty much secured for the most part. Now I'm gonna head over to the other room, and I want to show you guys the drawers that is an option for your Moducases if that's something you're interested in getting. All right, you guys. So this is pretty much the Max 140 Plus as far as the overall width goes. The depth is about 35. The height of this overall cabinet is two cabinets. It's about 80 inches plus the drawers. Um, as you can see, these also have the secures on them just to combine the drawers with the Moducases itself. The overall depth of these drawers are not the full extent of pretty much what you're seeing. They do come with these handles. Let me open one of these up, that way you guys can see it. Normally it shouldn't be this hard to open it, but because it is on carpet, it is a bit of a pain to open and close. The way it comes, it has these two foams on it, and then you have the pads for the swap outs. I decided to go with a different storage method just because I just have too many pieces and they're not going to fit in here. Right now I'm having difficulty closing this. So these are a bit of a pain to close right now just because they're on carpet. If you have wood floors, it should be fine to open and close it. But same thing, this cabinet also has the side panels that are white and the LED strip. All right, you guys, so I'm back in the main room. So as far as the cost goes, is it worth the cost? I would say so. When you compare it with other stuff that's out there, it's reasonable considering what you're getting for it. So you know, you got to take into consideration if you're looking at Bestas, they're not deep enough to hold most statues. If you guys are looking to stay with 1/4 or greater, you're going to need something like a Moducase, if not bigger. 1/3, it's probably not even going to fit in the max 140. You're going to have to look at something significantly larger. Some of the guys are going with custom cabinetry, which is an option. For me, considering the price, custom cabinetry versus Moducases was going to be very similar in price. So I wanted something that I can actually move around if I end up moving somewhere, or if I decide to move this into another bedroom. I can move my Moducases around without having to deal with it being wall mounted. When you're buying these Moducases, some of the things you got to consider is, where do you want to go with your statue? Do you want to stick to 1/4? Do you want to go up to 1/3? If you're doing 1/6, you don't need these big cases. You can go with something smaller. So there's a number of factors that you need to take into consideration before you buy any case, whether you're doing custom build, Moducase, Besta, whatever you decide to go with. Think about what you want for your collection. I would say do what you can to future-proof it. That way, if you do decide to go with larger scale statues, they will fit. Because the last thing you want to do is buy cases and then you decide to do something totally different with your collection. Now you're screwed because your cases are too small. So do your best to future-proof it. Get an idea of the layout that you want. If you're doing custom cases from Moducase, because they do make custom sizes, as you can tell by my Transformer collection, double check your measurements. Everybody's walls are a little different. Same thing with the total height clearance. Sometime your flooring is going to have a little bit of slope. So you guys, so as I was saying earlier, what's the maintenance for this? You pretty much need this product right here. I'm just trying to get in the frame. I'll post a link for this on Amazon. I believe they do have it there. It comes in 3 different stages. I recommend buying all 3, just especially if you have kids, because they will eventually scratch your plexiglass, whether it's with a toy or something. So I highly recommend it. I can't say enough about their product. I really like what Moducase is doing. The only downside is, like I said, it is a little expensive. But considering how much we're paying for our statues, you got to protect it. You got to make sure that you put them in a proper case. Last thing you want is to end up on one of the statue forums with your whole cabinet falling apart because it wasn't properly supported. Because these statues are heavy, and as the year progresses, or as the statue community continually tries to improve their product and put out new statues, they're getting bigger, they're getting heavier, and there's a lot more detail, and they're getting more expensive. So, you know, protect your investment. Make sure that it's safe. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna try to wrap up this video. I don't want to make it any longer than it needs to be, but I'll also add in Moducase's webpage. They just updated their US webpage, so I'll post that in the link as well. All right, you guys. So as I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned in, and I hope to see you guys again at the Collector's Lounge. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that subscribe.